A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Hot Wheels Hilarity Special Delivery. Now get ready, because this is a massive load of cars that I managed to get right here. There's a ton of them in here. But, of course, there's also the return of Hot Wheels Track and Trucks, which are essentially trucks made for the track. And I can't really be sure, but I doubt that these trucks would be able to tackle most inversions and other stunt kits, but anyways, right there in the bubble wrap is a mystery car, and I do hope that anyone out there is able to guess which one it is. But if you want to stick around for the action, watch this whole thing and you'll know. So, right now, I'm going to go right on ahead and just start off by saying this is a really big load. And what I'm going to do right now is pick up this first one right here. This is part of a newer lineup of Hot Wheels trucks out there, especially pickups. And this one is known as the Custom 69 Chevy pickup. And you can see around here there's a ton of pickups in this little lineup right here of Hot Wheels trucks. So, if you look at the color scheme here though, the purple and white really seems to match up with the 67 Chevrolet C10. So, I can't really be certain, but I might have to get rid of the C10 soon. But I'm going to move on to this model right here. This one is another older model around here, but yet this is just a newer release of the HW Armored Truck, part of the HW Rescue series, and it's got dark blue on it. Now, I'd like to say, first of all, this is a pretty good choice right here. The HW Armored Truck that this is right here just simply sports the SWAT style decorations on the side, plus orange windows on the front, the sides, and even the rear. I mean, that just might enhance the look a bit. I can't really tell for performance, however. But this is another older model right here, and this time this is actually an older model in terms of packaging and first release. 2004 first editions. This one is known as Shredded. Now, open wheels, of course, as you've heard Race Groove say, could get stuck in the boosters, of course, the side boosters, not the top side ones that are featured as part of a unique set. But anyways, here's another model that I've been wanting to get for some time. This one is just known as Diora. This is not the Diora 2 or even the new Diora 3 from the Roll Patrol series. This one's just the original Diora. Now, what a good time right here. You can see the Diora does have itself some nice decorations on it, made for a rescue of some sort. Riptide Rescue, it says on the sides. And wow, look at the classic style base that you can see there. Made of metal, of course, so this could make it a bit heavier. So, next up, we got ourselves another truck right here, part of the new Hot Wheels pickup truck lineup series. I can't really figure out what it is originally called at the moment, but of course this one's just another addition to it, known as the 56 Ford pickup. Now, if you take a look at this is a really nice sour apple sort of color on it. It's just more of a lime kind of color on it. It's pretty unique. A black base along with drag style attachments to it, including a rear bumper to it. And of course the pickup truck's bed happens to be open. So next up, this is a new for 2019 model, and it actually did just come out recently. This one is known as Roger Dodger 2.0, which of course is the newer counterpart to the original Roger Dodger from the late 90s. the new for 2019 sticker on it just confirms that fact. Now the Roger Dodger that I own currently is part of the 50th anniversary lineup, which includes several other classic models, but my Roger Dodger 1.0 has black and, well, it's sort of like a dark yellow on it, but this one, for the majority of the color scheme on it, has silver and magenta with some flame decorations on it. But anyways, I'm going to move on to yet another older model from the actual times at which that it was first released. This one is Split Decision 2005 first editions it is this time. Split Decision was another model of mine that I really feel like I needed to get a replacement for, and so orange and silver really seem to go together. And wow, this version of Split Decision also has opening side doors like that, Gullwing style, similar to the DeLorean DMC-12. So that's a pretty nice touch on it that stuck around even with all the other Split Decisions I've had. So next up, we got ourselves another older model right here. This one's way older than all the others, as it turns out. This is a gold colored GT Racer. Though this version of GT Racer is not the monkey ball version, but this is just colored in metallic gold on the sides for the most part. It has a silver base, which is metal, of course. So just like with most others, this could decrease the likelihood of being able to do well in certain layouts. So now I'm going to move on to the mystery model right here, which is not a mystery model as in the Hot Wheels mystery models lineup. And so, on the count of 3, I'm going to go ahead and open it. And would you look at that? This is the Vector Avtec WX3. I could not be more happier to get myself a Vector Avtec WX3 into my collection. Well, it actually did feel like it had a removable part, so that's why you're seeing me almost struggle to try to open some part of the car right up, because it did feel like that part was removable, but it just can't really be done, so I might have to situate with that later. But next up is a third addition to the new Hot Wheels pickup truck lineup. This one is known as Path Beater, which is actually an original model as opposed to many of the other models from this pickup truck lineup in the most recent of times. Because if you look on the back here, it includes the other two pickup trucks, the 56 Ford and the 69 Chevy that I had also unboxed in this episode, plus some others. Wow, I tell you right now, an original model like this, Path Beater, it does almost resemble a mid-70s Toyota, but other than all of that, I mean, see the grille right there? There's actually quite a lot of detail put into this, as it turns out. So next up, another older model right here from the olden times right here, except this one is relatively more expensive than many of the others. Part of the Race Aces series, a bright neon orange colored Speed Blaster. Now, wow, neon orange really does well. And it also has gold on it too. A gold base, gold wheels, and a gold top on it for the most part. Yeah, you can see the engine in the back. It's also colored in metallic gold. It's pretty shiny. So next up is another older model. This one's slightly older than Speed Blaster and some of the others. This one's number 172 from the Highway 35 spin-off series from 1968 to 2003. And this one is known as 40 something. Planet Hot Wheels, of course, is also represented on this model here. From the Roll Patrol series, this one is 40 something. And wow, that was a nice quick unboxing of the 40 something that I got here. Now this one is actually very similar to the last time I had a 40 something, which was much older than this. But you know what? This 40-something might just actually prove a lot. Because being that, well, it's brand new, it just came out of its box, and I can't wait to see how well it does on the track. Next up is another new for 2019 model that I'm really hoping can do well. Because as it turns out, a lot of the new for 2019 models that I had unboxed this whole year already was not going too well. But this right here is yet another Tesla model that's also from Tesla's lineup of current models around. This one's known as the Tesla Model 3, but I know it better as the Tesla Model B, keeping up with the fact that, well, Tesla has been naming their models after letters of our American alphabet. But you can see here, there's a lot of detail cast onto this Tesla right here. Headlights, taillights, the logo is also printed on the front and back. It's pretty awesome. Here we got ourselves another sort of newer model around here. This one's the original 71 Datsun 510. And this one is not like the wagon variation that I also have in my collection, but this is the original 71 Datsun 510, which is pretty much nothing like the wagon version, simply because it doesn't really have the side mirrors on it, and it doesn't have the attachment on the back that turns it into a wagon. But nonetheless, I'm just waiting and willing to find out how well this one can also do on the track. Next up is another model around here that I've been really wanting to get for quite some time. This one is the Subaru STI, and it's nice black from Hot Wheels Showdown, which probably is no longer existent because of all this new stuff that we got. But coming back here, wow, just feeling it right away. It's got a nice matte finish as opposed to glossy or metallic. Satin and matte just kind of feel nice to the touch, but it has a light gray base, a black color. It's labeled gravel on the sides because of all the racing decorations they'd apply on these. They like to pay attention to detail on all of those. But next up here is another model around here that came around the same age as 40-something and some other models that I have unboxed. Of course, this one is number 165, and this model is called Flashfire. Now, just like with other models out there, including Crazy 8s and many other models from that particular era of our time in the early 2000s, Flashfire here mainly came into mind for me to unbox simply because of its appearance in the Hot Wheels Maximum something. But next up we got ourselves another model right here. This one's from 2011 though, because it does say 2011 new models right on the bottom there. On the side, whoa, jeez, how clumsy of me. But now this one is called Astrofunk. Wow, Astrofunk just feels nice. I actually do know for a fact that Astrofunk is a really old model out there. I probably could look on the bottom right now to see how well it does, if it tells us if there's a copyright date of some sort. But I'm going to move on to the Ferrari 458 Italia, which is yet another exotic model out there that I've been wanting to get for quite a while, from the HW Showroom series. And wow, HW Showroom really tends to show off a lot of good detail on this. But anyways though, this one's just unbelievable right now. But it's going to get even better right now, because I'm going to move on to yet another pretty awesome exotic model out there. This one, of course, does represent the 50th anniversary lineup of Hot Wheels, but this one is known as the Lamborghini Aventador LP 700-4, which of course has the Miura homage. And when I'm saying this has a Miura homage to it, it's definitely paying homage to the original Miura from the 1960s. And I feel like this Aventador LP 700-4 really tends to do all of that. It tends to put it all into perspective, and it just does well in general. But I'm going to move on here to yet another re-release of an older model that you can see here. This is a white colored 68 Copo Camaro, which I can't really say much else from the Muscle Mania series, and I'm just going to go right ahead and take it out of its packaging. And there you go, 68 Copo Camaro. I cannot really say much else because it's just simply one of the best models out there that we've got from the Hot Wheels lineup itself. Even from the oldest of Hot Wheels models that we've had up until today, it's still quite a ride. Next up right here is a model from a Halloween series, though I cannot really be sure exactly when this was released, but this is a release of a Halloween edition of the Gangster Grin. And there you go. That's the Gangster Grin out of its packaging. And it also has a gold base, just like Speed Blaster. But it also has a gold grille and some gold rims on the sides of its two front wheels. Though, because of how low it is to the ground, I have yet to find out how well it can do in a loop. But lastly, out of all the cars, this is another exotic model around that I've also been trying to get for a long time. This is a release of a blue Bentley Continental Super Sports from the HW Workshop series. And would you look at this? Blue and black. Black as in the base, the tires, some of the sides and the front. It's just really a very unique model out there. This is probably the only Bentley model that we'll have for a while, but I'm hoping that in any case, Hot Wheels can release another new Bentley of some sorts. But I'm going to move on to the Trackstars trucks right here, and I got two of them to unbox for today. This one is an orange and gray colored racing convoy. And when I'm saying that this is a Trackstars trucks, of course it is narrow enough to the point in which that you can fit it on a standard width of Hot Wheels tracks. And of course the trailer is also removable. If you haven't really already noticed, I had made some Hot Wheels Hilarity episodes that showcase some of these trucks in action, including an episode where I had them race down a hill. So that was pretty fun, but I'm going to move on to the other truck that I'm going to be unboxing for today. This one's also great for track, as the packaging says, and this one is just simply called Speed Hauler, which I can't really say for sure, but here goes. I'm unboxing it, and I actually feel like it really needs that extra protection with that extra layer of, well, clear plastic. But of course, just like Racing Convoy, oh gosh, whoa, yeah, it was pretty tough to remove the trailer, but it is removable, of course. And I tell you, the metallic gold and the clear cyan sort of colors along with the white, it really plays well together in this case. And of course, you can actually remove the segments from the trailer itself to put a car inside of it, and then just simply snap them together like this. Those two notches in the front part of the trailer and the back of the trailer with both the front and back walls, it really just helps a lot to put a car inside. But you can see right here, this is a really big load of cars and a couple trucks for the most part. But this is just an amazing Hot Wheels Hilarity episode, by far one of the best that I've got so far. And I feel like it can get better, but right now I'm going to see if I can make a Hot Wheels Hilarity episode out of all of these. An original Hot Wheels Hilarity episode, to be exact. But until then, you can stick around for more content, and you can always stay in touch.